Let me ask you this. Would you drown yourself in memories, hoping they'll keep you happy? Or would you run away from them, hoping the distance would make it hurt less? I was forced to face that question myself. But to understand why, let me take you back to where it all began. I used to be in a situationship with someone I looked up to, someone I loved with everything I had. The tragedy wasn't that it ended suddenly, it was the fact that it didn't. The replies got shorter, the energy faded, the warmth I once felt started slipping away. But I told myself it was nothing, that I was just overthinking, that if I just kept talking and trying, maybe things would go back to how they were before. So I stayed. We went from talking almost every day to talking just enough for me to pretend everything was fine. Until one day I had to make a choice I never thought I'd make. I blocked her. Not out of anger or anything, not because I stopped loving her, but because I didn't know if I was protecting my peace or just stopping myself from reaching out again. And after all this time, do I hate her? No, of course not. Because even in the pain she caused, in the countless nights I cried, I know she was just trying to find her way. And the truth is, none of us are perfect at that. I wasn't either, and I made my own mistakes along the way. To shed some light on my own actions, before I blocked her, I sent what I thought was a final message to bring closure. I wanted it to explain myself, but looking back at it now, it wasn't fair. It was written out of pain and frustration, and some of the things I said, I didn't truly mean it. People often say things they don't mean when they're overwhelmed. At the time, I didn't regret it. I was convinced my pain justified it. But as months passed and the noise faded, I realized that I'd been too harsh, and that realization stayed with me. And the part that stings the most is that knowing I hurt her too, even as I was just trying to protect myself. And that was something I had to carry. And ever since then, it was months of trying to move on, trying to not see even the smallest glimpse of her. By December, I still kept thinking about those memories. I remember the time she gave me a gift for Christmas. And I wasn't a physical touch kind of person, but after that gift, I hugged her. The first time I ever hugged someone out of pure joy. And it was also the last time I truly ever felt that warmth. And since then, that memory haunted me, reminding me that I was now alone. After heartbreak came loneliness. Being by myself reminded me of how empty it was without her cracking jokes or just having her company. But one day I wanted to treat myself with a trip to the mall, hoping that maybe wandering around my favorite place would cheer me up. But I realized coming to this place again was a mistake. And then it went silent.
Damn.
And that's when I realized deep down I knew that I had to stop fighting it. So I took a deep breath and I slowly sank onto the grass, letting the silence wash over me. No distractions and no more running. Just me, the thoughts, and the memories I couldn't escape. When my breathing finally slowed, I stood up. I finally let everything I've been avoiding flow through me, but the emptiness hadn't disappeared. But for the first time, I felt a tiny space open inside me. A space for something else? And then I noticed it, the carnival rides next to the mall. At first, I hesitated. Being here alone felt wrong at first. I said to myself, this is something you're supposed to do with someone else. But I was already here, so I decided to give it a shot. I first went on the drop tower. My heart raced as I screamed on the way down, and for a moment I laughed. Not because everything was okay, but for a few seconds I wasn't thinking about anything else.
Lala na ito, puro kalawang, walang tiwala dito.
I rode the bumper cars, played arcade games. Nobody was there to hear my laughs, my screams, or how bad I was at shooting hoops, and somehow that was okay because I still had fun. And when the day was over, I went back to the rooftop. I thought about how I was trapped between holding on and running away from the memories. And then it hit me. Memories, no matter how beautiful or painful they are, aren't meant to trap us. They're here to remind us of what we've felt, and then they let us move forward, choosing to create new memories. I realized I didn't have to choose one or the other. Maybe I don't have to drown myself in the past. Maybe I don't have to run from it either. I just have to keep breathing, keep moving, and stay present. And in that quiet moment, standing there by myself, I said something I never thought I'd ever say. Maybe being alone isn't so bad after all. Even though it's over, that doesn't mean what we had didn't matter. Because of course it did. We were fun. Thank you for everything. See ya, G.